Classicl337 Podcast time!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 339 of the Classicl337 Podcast. My name is Scott. I've got Kevin dancing around here tonight.
I have no idea what the hell kind of dance that was.
It was like a... You gave me like grade school teacher vibes there somehow with that.
It was supposed to be Thriller, and then I forgot the rest.
Oh, okay.
Let's not talk about that again. Holy smokes, it's been a long time.
It has. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm just really busy.
Cool.
Some fun, some not fun. But all in all, pretty good.
Cool. Hey, guess what?
What?
Toronto's back in lockdown. Woo!
Oh, woo! Drink up.
I'm drinking a 3-speeder lager.
Oh, I'm drinking a juicy IPA.
Is that a giant bomb cup pint?
It is a giant bomb pint cup. It sure is.
Very nice. I hate those things because the pints in general at home, because then I want to take a picture of the can and put it on tap website. But if I pour it in a cup, then I don't have the can. Then I got to go upstairs and rummage through my recycling bin until I find the can. So yeah, I like drinking from cans.
Untapped. Fuck Untapped. Stupid ass website. App.
Yeah, so we were gonna switch. Today's Monday. Peek behind the curtains. It's Monday, so we're gonna start recording on Mondays now because it turns out Scott's busy, very busy, to the fact that we're going weeks without recording. And
sorry,
you know,
that happens.
No, it's all good. So we're gonna try recording on Mondays. So this way, if we can't record on Mondays, hey, guess what? We have the rest of the week to decide when we can record next.
Yep.
It also gives me a whole week to edit the write-up and pictures as opposed to one day where I'm like, oh, geez, what the hell did we talk about 3 weeks ago?
Well, the problem with Mondays, though, is you usually are... Everything you talk about is super old, and you miss out on the breaking stuff.
That's true. Everything we have in our news is super old anyway.
It doesn't matter. Nobody's here. We're nobody's here for that stuff.
Yeah. You want the latest breaking things? Go to like IGN or something.
Yeah.
You want a bunch of funny guys? Don't come here either.
Sometimes we're funny if you're really mad at me, or vice versa. So welcome to episode 339. We're a video game podcast. We're going to talk about video games tonight. We'll talk about a video game movie tonight, which should be fun. Outside of...
spoilers, by the way, for that movie.
Yeah, we'll definitely give spoilers. I'm not going to... I mean, it's a Mortal Kombat movie. And guess what? They did a Mortal Kombat movie. There's not much to spoil. There is some fun stuff. I can't wait to talk about it.
But that will say it to the end, so people could be like, I don't want to hear it. Spoilers.
Otherwise...
the good guys win. Get it? Because who's the good guys in Mortal Kombat? Who knows, right?
They're pretty clear in this movie.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Don't you think?
Well, I mean, they're all like kind of killing each other, so it's like, who is the mortal in Mortal Kombat?
Sure, okay. Anyways, I've not been up to too much other fun stuff. You got to tinker around with fixing up a 12-string guitar. I think I told you about that. I don't remember if I talked about it on the podcast, but I finally finished that project, so that's pretty good.
Nice.
I had an idea that I can't wait to actually execute. I have this weird... like side spare room, and there's the section behind me is an addition to this house, so there's like this awkward door into like a pantry kind of spare room. Dude, I'm going to turn it into a like a bookcase hidden door room. So I'm going to sink like a bookcase in the wall, which it'll look natural and perfect there, but you push that, I'm going to hide my kegerator and stuff back there.
Nice.
So yeah, it should be pretty cool. Here's something I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but I got to be able to figure out a way. I'd love to have an NES controller on there as decoration or whatever. And if you pick it up and type in the Konami code, it'll open. Wouldn't that be
like Wreck-It Ralph? That's what they do in Wreck-It Ralph.
Is that what they do in Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
Stores. I remember them hitting that button, but they pick up an NES controller.
Yeah, it's an NES controller.
Awesome. Yes, I want to do the Wreck-It Ralph thing. I want to have a couple things. I'd love to have a book. That would be fun.
Yeah, you want to have a lamp as well that you twill. There's many ways to open this door.
Yes,
there's a lamp that you tilt. There's a book that you pull.
I would think that would be so fun. I want to be able to
telephone booth you pick up.
I want to ask Google to open it with some silly password. No
doorknob though. Everything but a doorknob.
Absolutely anything but. Maybe I should put one there.
Clap on. It spins.
Oh no! What is it Hackers? Or it's like
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. That's what it was.
I just experienced that this week. Ooh, with Mortal Kombat. It wasn't a real one. It was a 1995 one. When I tried to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can have that. Hackers has the crash and burn.
That's right? What it was. Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Nothing. I had a week off, and I just been playing a shit ton of games, and really just. I listened to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about how like millennials and stuff, and how their like top things to do is like number one is like video game and social media.
Okay.
Because I don't watch TV, and it's very hard for me to find time to watch and or care about a movie. Unless I make it a thing by going with my buddy to the theaters, but obviously the theater is not open because of Corona.
Sure.
So I don't care about TV shows besides 90 Day I watch with my wife. Otherwise, I'm playing games constantly or reading a comic before I go to bed. But that's what kids want to do. Now kids want to be what is the number one job you think a kid would want? Not a kid, but like a teen would want.
Oh, no, you're going to say influencer.
Yes.
Or YouTuber or whatever.
It used to be like actor and shit, right?
Yeah.
Like I've always wanted to be an actor, but I was always too fat and I forget the words.
Or like fireman or something. Or a doctor.
Yeah, now it's number one's like YouTuber. Number two is like influencer. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy how like I'm so behind. I don't know anything about anybody anymore. I'm listening to freaking music from the 80s and 90s.
I know. It just feels like such... I know every generation feels this way. I do too. I'm sure I would be the same way.
It's not for me.
It feels like the most hollow thing to aspire to, though. It's like
aspiring to be an actor. Like,
well, it's just aspiring to doing like the easiest fucking possible job. In the way that I don't mean that necessarily. There is a lot of work that's put into it, but it appears like the easiest fucking job in the world.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it. I couldn't be a full time.
No, like every time I try like to stream something, it's like, can't find connection. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah,
I tried.
Yeah, I don't have thick enough skin.
I'm playing a game, and it's like 10 minutes in. I'm like, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
So you're gonna watch me choose an option menu. I don't think I spoke about this last time, but speaking of games, I got spammed or scammed out of my PS5 or out of a PS5. Did I mention this?
No, so I'm confused on what exactly went down.
Okay, so this happened last month. There's a chicken place locally that I follow because I love their food, and they were doing a contest to win a PS5. So all you gotta do in this contest is follow them, share the contest, and tag like 5 friends, and boom, share it on your story. Boom, you're entered 10 times, right? I did that, and they told me like to follow this person and this person, whoever I guess works with the chicken place, and it's local. So I'm like, if it's a scam, you're shooting yourself in the foot for this. So then someone contacts me, and it's a guy's profile and everything, and the Knockout Chicken place is like, hey, you made it to top 10. All you gotta do is click on this link. First fucking red flag, right?
Oh no.
And then start a free trial and send us a screenshot of your free trial with this code. Second red flag. I mean, that's a little odd for you local chicken place to make me go on this weird ass media website. But hey, I trust you because you're local. And if you guys are scamming me, then I'm going to fucking ding, ding, ding. Yeah. Like you guys are bastards, right? So I went on the website. It's like, can I have your SIN number? I'm like, sure. Well, no, I didn't ask for my SIN number, but it asked for my credit card. I'm like, that's a little strange for a free trial, but okay. So I put that in there.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Kevin.
I know. It's so stupid. I'm so stupid. I do that. And then
you got blinded by the greed of the PS5.
Because it was a local thing. I didn't want to.
Dude, that's a good scam.
What?
Well, you publicly shared it, right? So all they'd have to do is go look, search for whoever posted at a local chicken contest, and you're probably not the only one.
No, so here's the thing. So, I enter my credit card, I enter my free trial, and I was like, aha, stupid. I'm going to cancel before you make like auto renew, right? So I canceled it, and I got an email from, I don't know, AC units. I'm like, oh, just a media place. Why why is the email coming from like an air conditioner? But that's okay. Anyways, the next day, you know, I felt a little weird about the whole thing. And I was like, I didn't tell anyone. I'm not gonna tell my wife. She's like, you idiots. So I didn't say anything to anyone. I kind of kept it to myself. I know I felt dirty about that.
I know. I get it. The shame is the worst thing.
Yeah, I'm like, I know that was odd, but you know, it's local. Next day, the actual chicken local place said, "Hey, be careful. Someone made a profile with our name, and the only thing they added was like a little underscore, which I didn't see. Therefore, it looked like the same profile. Oh, and also before any of this, I clicked on
Kevin, how are you like?
I clicked on the.
You 72 years old. Do you have
clicked
grandkids?
on the profile of the person who sent me the DM.
Yeah,
and it was like 0 posts, 0 followers. I remember they had at least 1,000. But okay. Anyways, so they posted saying, yeah, so they posted saying, you know, watch out, there's scammers out there, and I'm like, ooh. So I checked my credit card statement. And it's like multiple charges of $1 to this purifier place, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. So I called my bank, and I was like, the strangest fucking thing happened. I'm getting all these crazy charges about a purifier. How is that? And I'm like, I even just got an email about a purifier. Isn't that strange? So they had to cancel my credit card, and now I had to, like, you know, submit my credit card to like Nintendo, everything I use is my credit card. So they had to send me a new credit card and send me a letter saying, like, the fraudulent detective is gonna be like looking into this. I'm like, oh, do I turn off my phone? Are they gonna follow me that way? So yeah, in the end, I didn't win. Someone else actually won, and I got scammed out of, I don't know, maybe like $32 in $1 fees. So yeah, don't fall for these scams, or if you do, don't turn into a 72-year-old man like I did for a day. It was so stupid. I'm like, I'm better than this. I know this. Anyways, so that's my scamming story. So I also bought Rare Replay. I wanted to mention this because I have Game Pass now, right? And, you know, what are you doing, Kevin? Why are you buying Replay? I've realized that Game Pass is good for 8-hour games, or like games that you can complete 8 to 16 hours, maybe 16, but depending what the game is. Anything open world games or compilation games or collection of games, just buy the games. At this point, Rare Replay was $5, and it comes with like 13 games on there, including the OG Battletoads and including the arcade Battletoads that I did not know even existed. And Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is really the reason why I bought it. I never played that game before, especially the N64 port.
The games are discounted too. If you have, so yeah, 100%, man. It's like full on rental. It's the exact rental model that we grew up with, and the ones you'd ask for your birthday were the ones that you really, really loved that you rented. You know,
yeah,
so it's the same.
But with Game Pass, I felt like I was like pressured to like go through a game and play until I get to the next one. I was like, I want to play Rare Replay, but that has like 14 games on it. And I'm not going to be able to play as much as I want within the time limit that I have, right? So I bought Rare Replay, and that's why. So I'm going to do that from now on. Yeah, if there's like a game I want to play on Game Pass, I'll do the 14-day trial thing.
Well, because you're really only paying 2 full-price games, if you will, for a year. So you know that you'd spend that. So that's just the rental fee. That's just your trial fee. That's just your... Yeah, you'll see credits on way more games because you have Game Pass. But yeah, if there's a bigger game and you're like, I need this one...
Yeah,
it's discounted too. It's sweet. So,
like Halo Collection, I tried to play Halo 1. I wasn't really feeling it, and I was like, I still want to play it, but not on Game Pass. I want to play the other games on Game Pass before I go to Halo. And I looked up how much Halo Collection was. It's like $15. I'm like, oh, I can just buy this for $15.
You know me. Play them, trust me, play them out of order. It's fucking great.
The first one was cool. It has that CGI, or not CGI, the HD thing where you like press the button.
Yeah, the first 2 of them have that. And then 3, Reach, and 4 and all that were good enough graphics or already native.
So I was playing Halo, and I was like, oh, these graphics look good. Wasn't there like a feature to turn that thing into HD? Oh, that was HD. These graphics are bad.
Oh, yeah, when you hit select.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to for the last couple of weeks, getting scammed out of my credit card and whatnot.
Fun. Well, there's been some games that have come out since we last recorded.
Yeah, I don't know how far back you want to go.
As far as, let's see here. I think this first one's fine. I'm not familiar with a game called Judgment that came out for PS5. Are you familiar with Judgment?
No idea. Never heard of it either. Anything new gen, I'm like, oh.
It's getting good reviews from the acclaimed Yakuza series. Makers of the acclaimed Yakuza series.
So Yakuza, all of the games are on Game Pass. And Yakuza is a game I actually want to try. But those games are like 60 to 80 hours. And then I saw Yakuza was on sale on PlayStation for $5. I'm like, well, I could buy it and I'll play it. Or I can have it on Game Pass and I'll play it. So,
buy it.
Either way, I'm not playing this game I want to play.
Oddworld Soulstorm is out. I think that was a PS Plus game that we had talked about too.
For PS5, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I want this game so bad. It looks so good. I fucking love Oddworld. This is the first Oddworld game I played.
The second, isn't this a remake of the second one?
Yeah, so it's Abe's Exodus. It's the second. It's Oddworld 2.5, basically, or 1.5, I should say. It was Abe's Odyssey and then this one. So this one's kind of like an extension to it, but it is a sequel. It doesn't say two. And my sister rented it for me because she thought I was an alien because I love aliens. So as a kid, and so she rented it to me because she thought he was an alien, and I was like, "Oh, it's the best game ever." And I want to buy it, but it's like $60 or $80, and I'm like, if I had a PlayStation Plus, it'd be free. So no, I will not buy you until you go on sale.
Nier Replicant came out.
The version 1.22474487139.
Yeah, is that? Yeah. I don't exactly know what that is. Is it a sequel or is it like Nier Super Edition?
I couldn't tell you, but it is free because I downloaded it. Because I thought it was a mistake. And I was like, ooh, I will take this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is free, whatever that is. I've never played Nier. I get that confused with the other game. What's the one? This is the one I want to play.
Yeah, I forget what you mix it up with.
There's another Noir? It's a samurai game.
Oh, Neo,
that's the one I get confused. This is the one I want to play, like the hack and slashy one, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Wow, we both said at the same time. Twinsies!
It just shows how exciting the new releases are right now.
Yeah, there's nothing else out.
Outriders, the big ones are Outriders. MLB The Show is interesting because it's a Sony game, but it's out on Xbox. That's fun.
It even says Sony on the like little logo when you play it on Game Pass.
Yeah, when you like open it up too, it says Sony Interactive Entertainment.
Weird, right? I'm like, whoa, what kind of world is this?
A little bit. I guess it's not that jarring to me anymore. I think having the Sega Nintendo crossover that's just been happening since the Wii now at this point, to me it does not feel as weird. And I play so much on PC, or I used to, I should say, that it's like it's Nintendo and I just everything else is everywhere else. It's not as weird to me.
Sony is a bunch of like jerks. They're like, no, it's our exclusive.
I guess if I was more into the show, then maybe I would notice it more. But I just do not. I do not like modern baseball games like at all. I got through the hitting tutorial.
Yeah. Through
one pitch and said no, I'm done.
Oh really?
I had it on easy mode and was like, this is not. I need NES levels of complexity with my baseball game. If I get outside of that, I have no interest in playing.
Game Pass NHL 94 Rewind is on there.
Oh, really? Sweet.
That's dope. I'm like, what? This is exactly what I want. These are the kind of sport games I play. Not this crazy, like, different pitches. Like, AB, fucking pass and shoot. Pass the puck.
Yeah, it needs to be, RBI baseball, and that's about it. But it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
My favorite team is the Detroit Tigers. And so they're awful. So whatever. Outriders came out. MotoGP Grand Prix, I'm guessing. 21. Mm-hmm. Totally unfamiliar with that. It's probably like a Codebreakers kind of a game or something.
Oregon Trail on the iPhone came out.
Again? That's been out a whole bunch on Oregon. That's released at least one time. I would set the over-under at like 3.
Oh, really? I only got it once. When iPhone.
So how did it came out again? I guess it is listed.
Yeah,
on
I
here.
guess so.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's maybe because it's part of the Apple Arcade. It's the
maybe
game
that's
port,
why.
so it's just like what's included in that.
I also bought one of those things for the phones, like that attaches to your PlayStation controller, so you can play like your phone games with the PlayStation. Oh my god, I have a hiccup. It's been a while. Like you're
phone clip. Yeah.
Yeah, put it up to your PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
I bought one of those things.
Sweet.
And it works well. And I was like, cool. Clip. And I'm like, can't take this off. Well, looks like this controller has a new little thing on top.
Yeah, forever. I have one of those for my 8-bit DOE Super Nintendo controller.
Oh, nice! Like the little thing that like.
Yeah, it works really well on like. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it worked well with my.
I did have to get a special Xbox specific one to get the cloud streaming to work because it would only work with an Xbox controller.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I was doing remote play with It's really weird playing an Xbox game on your phone with a PS4 controller.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
It was really jarring.
Yeah, no, I did the just Project X or whatever, xCloud.
Oh.
If you have Game Pass Ultimate, you have do you have Ultimate or regular?
I don't know.
I
download 13-day free trials for $2 on eBay.
Okay.
I just buy multiple of those.
Good deal. I guess you want to talk about news?
Yeah, let's jump right into
news.
Bum, 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 bum. All right, so new games with gold have been released for May 2021, and there is sort of one for PlayStation, but it hasn't officially been said for PlayStation, and I can't find any proof that it's coming out.
Nobody even downloads these anymore, I don't think.
The PlayStation Plus games, they do. I did.
Well,
the Xbox ones, maybe
I
not.
would love to know data on these. Let's let me talk about them. I'm just like skeptical. It seems like neither company's putting a bunch of effort into these right now.
Well, for the PlayStation 1, it said Uncharted Lost Legacy, which is pretty good because that's what I'm playing right now. Because I'm like, I bought this for my birthday. I'm playing now. It's going to be free, of course. So maybe, I don't know, but I'm not linking it because it's not confirmed. So I'm not going to say anything, but that's what it said. So you hear like Uncharted Lost Legacy. You heard it
let's
first
do
here.
rumors. We'll just say it's a rumor. What we got
It's
here?
a rumor. We don't do rumors, but anyways.
Yeah, we
for
do.
Xbox,
I talk about rumors all the time. They call me
for Xbox.
They call me Scotty Gossip
1st,
around here.
Scotty the Gossy. I like it. May 1st to May 31st is a game called Armello. May 16th to June 15th is a game called Dungeon.
PS Plus getting Final Fantasy VII Remake.
That was last month.
It really the remake? That new big one?
Yeah.
Oh, then I take back what I said. I forgot to get that. I haven't logged in to get one of these games in eons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Eon. I make sure to do it every.
I used to. I just can't even be bothered anymore with it.
Oh, no.
Well, I don't even turn on my PlayStation. I don't think I will. Except to finish Uncharted 4.
Well, Lost Legacy might be coming out. Lego Batman, the video game for Xbox 360, May 1st to May 15th. That's pretty good. I like Lego Batman. It's before the game went all like open world, and I'm like, I don't want to play you anymore. And Tropical 4 for Xbox 360, May 16th to May 31st.
Cool.
Yeah. It's awesome. Hey, guess what? Game Pass, have that. Game Pass with all the games you want. Yeah, there's no purpose. I still don't understand how Game Pass and Gold work. No idea. I don't want Gold. I just want Game Pass. And Game Pass is too expensive. So, c'est la vie.
Yeah.
That means French cheese in French. I thought this is interesting. The Switch, now I said we don't report on rumors, but this is a rumor. The Switch might get Bluetooth support in the near future. Now, this is 2 weeks old, so I don't know if this has been proven or not. But there was an update for the Switch, and the update said, as done by data miners, one of the most interesting stuff is that Nintendo has now added audio support to the Bluetooth driver, which is pretty cool. Because I don't understand why PlayStation or Xbox or the Switch have Bluetooth capabilities when their controllers are pretty much Bluetooth.
Maybe it has to do with multiple devices connecting at once, and there's like a latency thing that can happen.
Could be, but does Sony doesn't Sony not make Bluetooth headphones? Am I the only idiot around here? You can sell your Sony headphones.
I thought they did have Bluetooth headphones that worked.
No, because I was excited one day and horny because I bought my Bluetooth headset. I'm in the future now because I used to be auxiliary until the iPhone got rid of it. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I have Bluetooth headphones. Let me plug it in. Oh, it doesn't work on PS4. Oh, obviously it's going to work on the Switch, and it does not. So now I got to have these janky ass headphones like this one that I have to keep near my bed in case I want to play the Switch at night with a game that has a story and I have to listen to it. Because I can't have so I have Bluetooth on this side and regular headphone on this side. It's jarring. I hate it. Stupid.
It's the worst life. The worst life.
Seriously, why does everything bad happen to me?
That I don't know. I think this is a non-story kind of a thing. I can't imagine. I can't imagine it's not like a latency thing.
Latency for what though? Everything's wireless.
But like wireless would add latency, so like the sounds would be delayed from what you're seeing, and that's jarring. And all.
Like I want to kill myself every time I watch a YouTube video with my Bluetooth headphones because it's like delayed.
Yeah, that's how you want to play your video games too.
No, but I'd prefer that than the fucking.
Oh yeah, I know you want magic to happen. I get that.
Yes. Bluetooth sucks.
It is. It is. Bluetooth is irritating.
Like, yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm totally on board with you there. What else do you want to talk about? Online free-to-play games unlocked starting today? Or
yeah, so Xbox finally came out and said that, hey, you know those free-to-play games? Guess what? Now they're free-to-play, like Rocket League and Fortnite, and I didn't know this. I didn't know you needed gold in order to play those games. Or did I know that? I don't remember. That's stupid.
You used to know that.
Did I used to know that?
For sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's silly.
Back in Paranerds days, that Kevin definitely knew that. I'm sure that Kevin complained about it.
Hey, I got nothing. I mean, even the Switch has like Rocket League and Fortnite for free.
That's exactly what that Kevin would have said. He'd have been like, Sony's not making me pay for it. And I hear
beautiful boy.
And Rudy would have said, yeah, and you don't have to pay for it on PC either.
And we would have gave each other a high five. And
that's exactly how that conversation would. I bet that conversation happened.
So there's 50 free games now, including Call of Duty Warzone, which I played once and said I can't read the screen. The game is too detailed. I can't. There's too much going on. I can't play the game. And like the little screen that says your score. So
there's 50 games that are free to play.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. That's more than I would have thought. I would have thought it would have been like 5.
Dead or Alive 5 and 6. Destiny 2, I guess, is free to play. Doritos Crash Course. Wow, I forgot about that game. I didn't even know it still existed. Killer Instinct.
Dead or Alive 5. Dead or Alive 6. Destiny 2.
Resident Evil Revelations 2. That's free to play.
Hawken? I thought they shut down that game.
That's the flying game?
No, it was like mech first-person shooter, like slow Titanfall, maybe. It was actually kind of cool. I liked it on PC. That was free to play.
Yeah, so they have a whole bunch of games now that are actually free to play now. So.
Star Trek Online is on here? I thought that got shut down too. Terra is on here? That Korean MMO? Are they cheating? Are some of these games not on anymore?
They're probably like, hey, these games are always free, but now they're shut down. But now they're free. So
they do not cost you anything, so I guess free.
Yep. Remember a few last time we recorded, we were talking about PlayStation and discontinuing services on the Vita and the PS3, and everyone's like, and I was like, well, as long as you can re-download your games, I really don't care. They went back on that. They actually listened to their fans. For now. It's a PR move. They're just like, oh, we look really bad right now. Like Xbox did with the whole gold thing. Or like, hey, this time you're going to pay $120 a year. I don't think that's a good idea, Xbox. Okay, we take it back. Same thing on PlayStation. But I mean, PSP's still not on the list because who cares? But yeah, so you can still purchase games on PS3 and PS Vita, which is pretty rad. So, they listen to their fans. I mean, they didn't. It just made them look really, really bad. Yeah. I watched Modern Vintage Gamer talk about it. and he's like saying how like some people who were in the process of making a Vita game were like, "Bleh." Like they didn't tell us that they're gonna shut the service down.
Yeah, that Colin Moriarty guy that I bought some of his Vita games recently. Remember I told that was one of the developers that canceled their game. Sony sold them a dev kit in February of this year, and announced a cancellation in March of the system. That's fucked up. So that's when they went back on that. Yep. Which I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
I would love to know, like, how little money it was really making for them to want to not have it be worth their while to maintain it. You'd think almost a break even would be enough.
Yeah,
I don't know enough about corporate.
And here's the problem with digital libraries, right? You're like, where's the cutoff point? Because you can't buy. I mean, you could buy PS3 physical games in stores still, but you can't really buy PS2 physical games in stores. But PS2 also didn't have an online library, so I'm
more worried about the day one patches that are allowed. The complete games aren't necessarily on the disc.
That's true too.
So that's always a bummer. There could be game breaking bugs in that disc version. In those 1.0 versions. So. I guess this is what you just have to accept that you only rent video games. If you want to own games, go buy old crap. Spend too much money and go buy cartridges. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Otherwise, you are just renting your games. Whether you pay $60 to rent it indefinitely, don't know when it's going away, or you pay a fee for a service monthly. Unfortunately, that's just the way that it is now.
And I was hearing a story about how like the PS5 battery or something could die, and your physical games won't be able to work either. And I'm like, just buy another PS4. Like you can still play.
But that's not always going to be a solution, you know. So
that's true.
They're going to stop making them. It's the same with like CRTs. Like, who cares if you get burning? Just go get another one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Like
it is. It's just you just have to accept that you don't really own the games.
When you buy them digitally, you don't.
You're just getting access to them. And even when you buy it physically, you might own a piece of plastic, but is it really the full game? Like, Destiny 1 has Peter Dinklage on it.
Yeah.
And Broken Missions.
The patch. Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, of those generations, but we're talking like PS2, PS1, those are the full games.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Anything that requires internet connection, it's kind of like,
You don't own it anymore. It's just hard to imagine that. I understand wanting to own the physical games, though. It does. There are certainly fun use cases with owning the physical copies. Mm-hmm. Digital Foundry has really shown a lot of neat stuff. They're like maybe Eco or Shadow of the Colossus, one of those, was kept at 30 frames a second after patch 1.1 and on or whatever. But if you had the 1.0 patch that came on the disc, the frame rate was unlocked, so they were able to use the horsepower of the new consoles to actually run the game at 60 frames a second. And it showed like how neat it was. Yeah, but if you try to use the digital copy, it's impossible to get that version of the game. And there are other examples of there being an unlocked frame rate, or there's been a 60 frames per second frame rate on 1.0 discs that have then been patched. I think Dark Souls might have always been 30. But there's other examples. I know that there are. I watch enough Digital Foundry videos that
I'll take your word on it.
I just can't think of another one at the moment. But so those instances, that is really cool, and I'm glad that those versions of every iteration of the game should exist.
Yeah.
And maybe in the future you'll be able to pick what patches that you want with a lot of ease. That would be cool if the hacking community could do that, but we just don't own software. And it doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't bother me either. I'm kind of like one and done now. I used to go back to my games a lot. But now I have so many new games that I don't think I'll be looking back anytime, unless I have like an urge to play a specific game like Silent Hill or Splatterhouse.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm not
BioShock or something.
The what? Sorry? As you take a swig.
BioShock Infinite.
Yeah, but then they released the collection, right? So they still release new versions of that. But I'm saying like normally I'm good. But I'm good. Like we said last time, if they stop making games now, I'm good for another 30 years.
Yeah.
All the games I have.
Yeah.
Like I'm completely fine with it. Speaking of games that are going to be 30 years old, that's a terrible segue.
I thought it was pretty good.
You thought so? Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this last time because when I grabbed this on the news, it was too old. But then Nintendo had the Nindies thing that just happened a couple of weeks ago, and they announced this game. So I'm like, hey, here's a time to revisit it. That was 2 weeks ago. Doesn't matter. We're revisiting it right now. High five. All right. So we spoke about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which we're like, oh my goodness, a new Ninja Turtle game, 8-bit style or 16-bit. No, it's 16-bit.
We'll say pixel. Yeah, it's 16-bit.
Pixel art. That looks like the Ninja Turtle arcade, Turtles in Time, the games we love. And holy crap, it's coming out. And I was like, oh, my heart, Steam. I don't do PC games, even though I know it's the best. Got it. But I don't. I just don't. I don't know why. But then Nintendo Indies revealed that this game will, in fact, be coming out for the Switch later this year.
That's the only platform to play it. Even if it's Game Pass, I still might buy it on Nintendo because it just feels like I need to play it on Nintendo.
And I know I'm sounding stupid about it, but I am legit excited about this game.
Oh, me too.
Like, I will buy this day one.
I signed in to add it to my wish list.
Yeah.
The most excited I've ever been for the first time I was ever like beside myself hyped for a video game was Turtles 2, the arcade game, the home version. I couldn't believe that there was going to be a home version of that game that I could play as much as I wanted. I remember telling my dad one time after I got it, like, first day or two that I bought it, I was sitting downstairs. I'm like, man, Dad, I can never get sick of that game.
Yeah.
He just was like, yeah, you can. Trust me. I'm like, no, you can't. I did. He was right. But still, I just remember thinking, like, I'll never be happier with a video game. So it feels like an opportunity to buy one of those again. So it's exciting.
When I see any screenshot of that game, I'm like,
it's perfect.
I got to play you. Yeah, I got to play you right now. No, I'm talking about the arcade game, the original one.
Oh, okay. I'm that way with the NES one.
I see like that character selection screen.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I want to play you so badly. That is legit one of my favorite Nintendo games.
Oh, and, me too.
I didn't know there was an arcade game when I was a kid. I didn't know. I mean, I played it, but I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't realize the game I was playing in the store, the Nintendo was the version. Like, I just didn't put two and two together. It's just like it was the same game to me.
That was one of the games I drooled over. This is one of those times where our age difference at that time was huge.
Yeah.
Because I remember that being in the arcade, and that was like one of the big important games.
Like, I played it in the arcade, but I never thought that the version I have is the arcade version of this.
That makes sense.
It was just like I had a game of Ninja Turtles. It's weird. Kids were dumb.
Well, I mean, I knew that there was like Donkey Kong and Burger Time as well, but like to me, those also they both existed. This was the first one that I was like, oh my god, I cannot.
I guess like for me, I was like, of course I have it on Nintendo. Like, obviously, you know what I mean. It was never like, oh, cool, finally the arcade version is now on Nintendo. I was like, no, of course it is, stupid. Like.
Exactly. So I know what that's like because there were like those arcade, Pac-Mans and all that were like that. But this was one that was like, if I had one quarter at the arcade, that was the one I would play. That was the one that I would pretend to play when I was out of quarters,
And here's digital problems. They released it on the Xbox 360, and that was the first Xbox Live arcade game, which is what it was called at the time, that I bought, was a Ninja Turtles arcade port. Because you never had that version at home.
Yeah.
And I bought it for $4. What? And the Simpsons arcade game. And I own them. And the X-Men arcade. I own all three of those games on my 360. On my drive. My cloud, whatever the hell you want to call it. And those three games are only playable, unfortunately, on the 360.
Yeah.
They didn't do backwards compatible with it. And that's, again, with the whole digital problem, right? I'm like, I would love to.
But it's not a digital problem. Yeah, you would love to, but if you really want to play that again, there's other ways. Like,
I know, but this is like the best way besides the actual owning our arcade cabinet. What you can do now, surprisingly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, from like Walmart.
Yeah.
No, you're right, but at the same time, like, it's no big deal.
It's not, but this is so rare to have. Like, where else can you play legally Ninja Turtles arcade?
Nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what you're saying. It is a problem, but I guess it doesn't bother me that much. Like, I just accept it. It is.
here.
It is a problem, you know.
It sucks.
It does suck.
But to fill in that patch, this game is coming out for the Switch.
I saw a video someone pointed out on a video. Did you notice like all the animations of all the turtles are different? Like as they run, they all have different running styles.
Yeah.
So like all their personalities come out. They didn't have that in the old arcade ones.
On Turtles in Time, it was like Raphael did like a backflip or something, or Michelangelo did a backflip.
Oh, really?
But otherwise, like it's pixelated. It's not that stupid flash animation that I don't like. It's 4 players.
Is it online and local?
If it's online, I was just saying, if it's online, oh, Filo de Pai, Espírito Santo, like beautiful if it's online play. I think this game we will actually play together.
We actually would.
Yeah, like I call up Dustin, I'll call up Rui. Let's all fucking play Ninja Turtles, and we all choose Leonardo, and we're all like pissed off at each other. But yeah, it looks good. I can't wait. Hopefully they don't add too many new things because I've been out of the Turtles realm since the 80s. So anything after that, I don't know.
Well, all the artwork is based on the cartoon, so I can't imagine that they'll add stuff they didn't. If it's not in that. Remember that awesome Blu-ray DVD that's like the turtle van? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, mine were pizza boxes. The disc is a pizza.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that set where I bet that if the character doesn't exist in that collection, it's not going to be in this game.
Okay.
Mechanics maybe though could get a little weird, but I doubt it.
I think they know what they're doing with this. They know what to expect, what expectation is. Because even when they go in the office in the trailer, all the foot soldiers are all working on a computer in the same like synchronized old school way.
Okay.
Like it's not like they're all doing their individual thing. They're all typing at the same time at the same pace, and then they all react at the same time at the same pace. So it's like exactly what
that's cool,
right? So
yeah, it's correct.
Yeah, so I'm stoked about that. Obviously, I just can't fucking wait.
Also,
go ahead. Yep.
You're going to be super excited about this. It supports French.
Oh, oui.
Yeah, lucky you. And Portuguese. First 2 languages listed.
Boom. This is Kevin.
This is a Kevin special right there.
Yeah. I think I said my name is Tuesday in French.
I can call you Tuesday if that makes you feel good.
It does. That's all for news. Do you want to talk about the movie now, or do you want to do what we've been playing first to save the movie with spoilers at the end?
Let's do the movie. Let's do what we've been playing, and then we'll.
Okay.
Spoiler talk won't be that much. I mean, it's a Mortal Kombat movie, so
yeah.
But we'll give it a fair warning. It'll only be like 3 minutes, probably.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we. I don't know. I enjoyed your Justice League thing, and I've been waiting to have 4 hours to watch Justice League. So.
It's good.
I know. That's why I want to watch it because you said so. Who wants to go first for games they've been playing?
I can go first. I haven't been playing much.
Okay.
I played one game of Pac-Man 99. It's too much. It was way too busy, and I just turned it off.
I can help you with that. Let me know what you need help with. I can help you. I know what everything does. I learned it on my own.
I'm probably even more done now. I don't want a learning curve. Like the thing with Tetris.
Yeah, it was
Mario. There was stay alive, right?
Yeah.
This feels a little less.
So,
stay alive. It just looks like DX, and it's gonna eventually put you on the borderline of an epileptic seizure or episode.
Pac-Man. I played it the first day, and I came in first. Thank you, everyone, because I played the fuck out of Pac-Man. Remember, I told you I was a big Pac-Man fan as a kid.
Yeah.
They wrote that poem and everything. So I was like, Pac-Man. It's like the same way we reacted when we saw Tetris 99. We're like, okay.
That got hard.
But we still like, we knew we can eventually. Oh, he's sneezing up the storm. We knew we would eventually make it to first. It was never like a doubt.
I will never make Pac-Man 99 first.
Oh, you will. No,
probably not. Okay. I really don't think I'll ever turn it back on again.
Oh, really? I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Is it fun?
I loved it.
I played busy. I couldn't see what was going on.
Oh no, I didn't find that at all. Okay, so first off, here's a tip: collect all the dots. I know when you collect the fruit, it like resets everything. Collect all the dots. That makes you faster. So you see like a little speed meter in the corner. I played my thing in normal. I didn't touch any of the.
I guess I'm lucky. I did, since it's Pac-Man. I did try to collect all the dots, so I had that going for me. If
you go to the fruit, it'll recycle all your power pellets and all that.
Oh, okay.
So the more ghost trains, whatever you collect, obviously you send those to to everyone else. Same thing as Tetris, high score, whoever's about to get knocked out, so on and so forth. Those things slow you down. Eventually, you'll be careful for red Pac-Mans, which you cannot stop or kill unless you refresh the board game by getting a fruit. It is very possible. I had a blast with it. I love they added the champion version of it with all the trains of ghosts that you just keep eating and munching away at. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I came in first like 3 times. Just saying.
Winning does help you enjoy a little more.
Sort of. I don't think I'm going to go back.
That's a truth of being a human being.
But I don't think I'm going to go back because there's nothing like Tetris. I had the Game Boy theme to unlock, and once I unlocked that, I stopped playing Tetris 99. And Pac-Man, there's nothing to unlock. So once I made it first 3 times on the first day, I was like,
yeah.
Like I've kind of like splurged,
Yeah,
I had a cigarette. I'm
done. You've seen what it's got. Yeah, I like Pac-Man DX or Championship Edition or whatever. It's cool that that's the aesthetic and style that it took. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I am too overwhelmed with stuff right now that if I instantly have work to do out of the gate, I'm out. If it's not like a skill-based thing like a Cyber Shadow or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had the same experience with MLB The Show. I think I said it earlier. I put it on easy. Like, ooh, good. This will give me an awesome experience of like, give me stupid baseball. I want to just try to time pitches and push the direction of the base that I want to throw it to. That's all I want in my baseball game.
Top, circles the right, whatever.
That's it, right? And I did not get that at all. And the weird pitching angle that I was at, I was like, I'm done. This sucks. I am not interested. So I had to immediately uninstall that game. I can't believe I made it through Outriders, honestly. Luckily, I'm
surprised. That's an online game, isn't it? Online multiplayer?
I'm playing it 100% by myself.
I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, I'm playing it like it is a Gears of War single-player campaign.
Okay.
So it is Gears of War meets Destiny. So.
Is it third person or first person?
Third person. And you duck behind cover and stuff, and you get some superpowers. I can light guys on fire, and when I light them on fire, I regenerate health. I haven't been happy with the loot so far. It's too slow of a trickle. And I don't really like the gunfiring that much. I had to turn the sensitivity down, which made me feel better. Vinny Caravella on the Bombcast mentioned that too. I was like, oh, thank God.
Well, I heard that the tutorial is actually wrong. Don't play the tutorial the way it says to play it. That's what I heard on one of my other podcasts I listened to.
I wonder what they meant by that.
The whole like chest high wall thing, the way it told you to play is actually incorrect.
Well,
not on purpose. It's just a shitty tutorial from what I read or heard or said or stated or saw or binge watched or ate.
Yeah. It was so empty. There was like nothing to it. I wonder how it could have been wrong. I didn't feel like it told me how to play the game. I felt like it told me you duck, you shoot, this button changes your weapon, move on.
Yeah.
At one time it asked me if I can shoot a tank. Maybe that's what it is, because I did try to shoot the tank.
I think it was a ducking thing, because I remember them talking about the chest high walls. Like, don't do it that way. You'll die.
Oh, don't duck behind the walls?
Yeah. I haven't played the game. I actually have no idea what the game is about. When you said Outriders, I was thinking of Outrun and got a little happy. I was thinking of Outrunners, but never mind.
No. I don't know. It's okay. I'm glad it's on Game Pass. There was really interesting information that came out that I guess it sold really, really well on PlayStation 4. Or maybe 5 too. I guess because it's cross-platform play online.
Oh, okay.
So like by giving it away on Game Pass, it made a lot of PS4 people buy it, which is pretty interesting. So, that's it from what I've been playing. I did just want to also mention I liked King Kong versus Godzilla or Kong versus Godzilla. That movie.
I heard that they're so big.
Movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Awesome. I saw the other Godzilla movie you were talking about with all the other monsters like Mecha Godzilla and stuff.
Yeah. What was that one called? That's Godzilla King of the Monsters. I love that.
I saw that on Netflix too, I think. I think it was on Netflix. I just saw like the little trailer and I'm like, ooh, that looks good.
It is.
Like I said, I never watched a Godzilla movie, right? So
I like all the recent movies. The Bryan Cranston Godzilla, the King of the Monsters one, this new one. I like Kong Skull Island. So
have you watched Rampage?
I like that movie too. That movie was
good.
better, dude. Way better than it has any right to be.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's stupid.
Because I love Rampage. Yeah, of course.
It's very stupid, but it's good.
I love Rampage. It's the kind of game where I'm like, oh man, I love this game. Like 10 minutes later, I'm like, I'm pretty good. I'm done. Level 72. I'm like, oh
yeah.
Why so many levels in this game?
No, I would watch Rampage. I'd watch Rampage again. I wouldn't want to own it on Blu-ray, but I would watch it again.
There's 2 Rampages. Keep that in mind. There's the Uwe Boll movie, Rampage, about a guy who goes on a killing spree, which is awesome. It's the only Uwe Boll movie that's good.
Okay.
I watched that movie thinking it was Rampage because I'm like, oh, it's Uwe Boll. Obviously, he made a Rampage movie, but it was his own thing. Really well done. And then there's this one. I want to check out Rampage.
Yeah, make sure The Rock's in it, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it for me. What you been playing? Then we'll chat about some Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay, cool. I could go through my list really fast. I 100%ed a save file in Binding of Isaac. I finally did my daily things, and it actually has a little picture, and the guy says 2 more save files to go. And I said, I'm going to give this game a nice break. And later that day, I started save file number 2. All right. I love the game so much. So, yes, I'm ready starting number 2. I see, I'm in a little bit of a kerfuffle. Okay. I want to wait for Repentance to come out on the Switch because I want to save one save file to have everything to do. It's everything from Binding of Isaac plus Repentance to do in that one save file.
Okay.
But at the same time, I want to have that 3,000,000% across all 3 files saying that I did all 3 at 100%. So I'm going to do that way, obviously, because I love this game, but I don't know. I'm kind of in a pickle with that. But yeah, I did it 100%. I can technically stop playing, but I'm a fool. A damn beautiful fool. I saw the credits to Gears of War 4. I enjoyed the game. I like where they went with it. Have you beaten it?
Gears 4, yes. I remember nothing about it.
Neither do I. But at the end, after the girls, something happens. They find like a necklace or like a symbol, and like she looks at it, and she's like, "Wow!" And then the camera goes behind it, and it's supposed to reveal something, and it's like, "Dun dun dun," and I'm like, "I don't know what the hell just happened." So I Googled it, and I'm like, I still don't care. But it was fun. It was good to have Gears back because I haven't played a Gears of War game in a long time. Never got angry, and the last part of the game was awesome when you're in the giant mech suits, just like fucking around.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So much fun. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. And the character looked like you, so I had a great time with that. I felt like playing SteamWorld Dig, and an hour later, I completed SteamWorld Dig. It was just a fun pick 'em up on the Switch, and because I bought it on the Switch and never played it, I was like, eh. But I love SteamWorld Dig. I like 2 as well. I don't know if I'll ever play the other SteamWorld games, like SteamWorld Heist and all that, because I like the roguelike dig dug kind of style to it. Play that, beaten that, great. And I already said I came in first place on the first day of Pac-Man 99. And out of 2 games I actually wanted to talk about, first off, Cyber Shadow.
Can't believe you beat me to the credits on this one. Bravo.
Holy shit. So, it's a hard game. Surprise, surprise, right? It kind of becomes bullshit towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
And I hate when you do this.
I'm in World 9 right now, and I think you had the same problem I'm having now. The dash parry mechanic, they get a little too excessive on that. It is, yeah. I don't like it very much.
They rely too much on that, and that's hard to do as it is. Do you play with an analog stick, or do you play with a D-pad?
D-pad to try to hit the double forward, too. Yeah.
I just play 2D games better with a D-pad, and that's why I hate to switch as D-pad, because it's not a D-pad, so it feels off. But the parry and the dash mechanic, this is the first time in a long time where I turned into a 13-year-old Kevin playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Raging out a little bit.
Oh my God. Because I was on vacation, so I had all night to play this game. That's why I renewed my Game Pass for another 13 days, was because this game was going to expire. So I was like, fuck it. I gotta finish this game. I can't let Game Pass expire. So I renewed it for 13 days, and I played the game. And if the 5 days of vacation I had, I only had from 12 to 3 a.m. to play this game. 4 of those nights, it was me on this one part in Cyber Shadow, which is probably the part you're at, with the pairing and the slashing and the.
Yeah. Like,
it was frustrating, and it was like, I'm like, it's not me, it's you with the game. It's what you think is a perfect mechanism in the game isn't perfect and easy to do, but this part of the game requires you to do it perfectly.
Yeah.
And
the double tap forward is the timing is too tight of a window, and it does not feel good. It feels like you whiff on it too much. There is like another, like, you can use a bumper button as well, but it's just not good enough.
I found that out after.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
But like sometimes I'll like, dash slash and then be able to dash and slash in the air.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just can't do it once. I'm like, I don't know. And then I read that online that the game was meant to be a 2-button game, like Nintendo was.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, why can't I remap the fucking dash ability? I didn't know you can do that until after. Point is, the last boss is easy. He looks really scary, but he's not. Just learn the patterns like you do with any other old school game. Good. He'll do this, do this, do this. You know exactly what to do. It is a multi-phase boss, and I hate those bosses in these kind of games. Where like, oh, I finally beat him with 1 health left, and then, and then you're like, and then you learn a pattern, you die a billion times, and then you're like, oh, I killed him, and then a third phase. It got to the point where I was like full health.
Of course, you're going to do 3 phases because it's a Ninja Gaiden game.
But I made it to the point where I beat the game with full health on the 3rd phase, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm a master.
Sweet.
And then I turned that game off, and then I'm like, I will buy you again, and I will buy it again when it's on a Switch for like $7 because it was fun. I enjoyed it for what it was, and the music was fantastic as well.
Yeah, music's A+.
The other game, which I'm not going back to, you like my little was Streets of Rage 4. Now, after I finished Cyber Shadow, I was like, well, I got to play Streets of Rage 4 because it's shorter, it's a beat 'em up, and I love Streets of Rage. And Rage I did until I said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I quit. I am not playing Streets of Rage 4. And I made it to the end. I'm at the last part. At the last level. It sucks.
That was all right. I think I put it on really easy, though.
Oh, I'm playing on Maniac, so maybe that's part of my problem. There's a part where the bunch of guys boulder in.
Okay.
And there's like a battle royale where you got to fight these giant guys like Big Ben, and one shoots fire, and they take a bunch of hits, and it just takes forever to beat these guys up. I later found out that they released a patch where there used to be like a wrecking ball in the middle that would make that part easier because the wrecking ball will destroy everything. Okay. They took out the wrecking ball, but they kept the level the same. So I was like, that's complete bullshit. And then I finally beat them and get it to the end. And then, of course, it's a multi-phase boss at the end, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Sure is.
So I said, fuck this. I just finished Cyber Shadow. I cannot do... No, I can't. I'm sorry. Until something's done, it's not me. It's you. Because up until this point, it was tough, but it was manageable. This is bullshit. It went from like tough to bullshit. It went from 2 of those guys in the level to 8. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense.
So Kevin does not recommend Cyber. We can't see you crying. You're frozen.
Am I frozen really?
Yeah, you have been for a while. Oh, now you're unfrozen.
Hey,
just gotta hit a button. All right. Well, let's. I don't know. Give us a couple minutes. Talk about Mortal Kombat. I'm running out of steam, so we're gonna not be able to go too in depth about it.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Me too. Good night, everybody.
Yay.
No, I loved it.
Let me tell you what I did, though. Let me tell you what I did.
Yeah.
So it was Thursday. I get back from work. It's late, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch a little Mortal Kombat. And I'm all excited. I'm watching it. The intro to the movie is really good. Like, it really pulls you in. I'm like, all right.
Oh, and spoilers, people. Spoilers.
And then it goes this Friday, and I'm like, what the fuck? This Friday?
Oh, you watched a 7-minute clip.
I watched that fucking 7-minute thing because I thought it was the real movie. I didn't realize it came out on Friday. Yeah. The first thing that should have tipped me off is that there was no it just
asked for your credit card.
It just started. It didn't ask for my credit card. It didn't have New Line Cinema or you know what I mean, or Miramax or any studios. It just started. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I thought Kano was absolutely hilarious.
I heard that his back was hurting after the movie.
Are you making a joke because he carried it, or he literally?
Yeah, you got it because he carried the movie.
Okay. I don't agree. If it's the comedy, I would agree, but he did not carry the movie. It was a Mortal Kombat movie. They had fatalities. They had lines from the video game.
Yep.
Get Over Here was so perfectly done. It was amazing. Waiting for it, and then you hear it, and you're like, "Fuck yes, let's go." Yeah. That's awesome. I don't know. Then I saw Metacritic. No one liked the movie. I guess except for you and me. It looks like.
Yeah, my buddy even messaged me saying he didn't like it. I was like, really?
What were you fucking expect? It's a Mortal Kombat movie, and it was bloody, and they fought the whole time. They used the character names.
Remember the '90s movie?
they used a lot of the characters, right? They said their names the right way. They had a dragon fatality. They had the heart fatality. They had a spine thing, right? And they showed that at one point. They had the scorpion fire fatality. What the fuck are people bitching about? It was a Mortal Kombat movie.
I don't know. From what I've seen, people don't like the CGI. The CGI didn't really bother me. I thought it looked great.
What didn't look great? Yeah, it looked clearly CGI, but
where they were was obviously a CGI place.
It looked. You know what? It looked as believable as the fucking end of Black Panther.
Yeah,
and that cartoon fest.
People didn't like the editing, which I would agree. Some of the editing was a little weird. But again, I don't care. It's not noticeable to me. It's only after people point it out. I'm like, I guess that was kind of weird. The acting I thought was good. Again, people had problems with the acting.
Really?
Yeah.
They were video game characters.
Yeah.
They were what I expected those characters to be.
Yeah. And they said not enough Scorpion and Sub-Zero, which I don't agree with, because the first movie had very little Scorpion and Sub-Zero. You had Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah, okay. Could there have been more? Sure. I said, yes, there definitely could have been, but you would have had to have sacrificed other characters. I thought they did pretty good. If they would have had more Scorpion and Sub-Zero, the Get Over Here wouldn't have been as awesome.
Yeah.
What are people...
And people were upset they never actually got to the Mortal Kombat tournament.
Fucking sequel. What the hell are people... They all fought. What does it matter? They fought in different... They even made it so they all had to do one-on-one fights and changed up the order after other one-on-one fights in different areas. Yeah. What are people... They made stages that looked like a stage in the tournament.
Yeah, I know. I was very... at the end of it... Oh, and... They had the song from the original movie.
Yeah, and a great rendition of it. Yeah. I came out of this they nailed it like they nailed Sonic. So when I went to the internet, everyone raved about, dude, Sonic was, totally great.
Yeah.
I thought that's what I was going to see when I opened up the internet. It did say 89% of Google users use it, and I'm a Google user, so maybe that's just, I'm a sicko.
And I'm also very, I'm not as critical about stuff as I used to be. I'm kind of that was awesome. I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt about the movie. It's not I'm not going to die in a hill for this movie, but it was great. I mean, it was an R-rated Mortal Kombat movie that was well done. Do you guys not remember the 90s one? I love that movie. Don't get me wrong. I love that movie. This movie is so much better.
It's so much better.
Mortal Kombat movie.
It's at least a Mortal Kombat movie. And yeah. I don't know. I thought the way they handled Jax was really good.
The only thing I didn't like was the main character. I felt I don't know why they didn't create a character as a main character.
Is that who he was? He was a new guy, Cole or whatever?
Completely new guy.
I kept thinking, I was like, this is kind of a weird take on Scorpion. I kept thinking he was going to turn into Scorpion.
I thought that too.
But that's probably why I fucking loved it when he wasn't. I'm like, oh, they should really bring him back. That should be Scorpion. And then it was Scorpion. Why
did he? I mean, they had the same bloodline, I guess, but his super ability was literally plot armor, which I saw people say online. I'm like, oh yeah, it was plot armor, literally.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that he killed Goro. From all the people, him.
The only thing is, I didn't like that Goro got his ass whipped in the first fight. He showed up and died. That's my only problem. I don't care that Cole should get a good kill because he's a new character and we're supposed to like him. I understand that.
Fights Melina and he's all like, "Help me, Sonya." I was like, "Well, you just took down Goro. She's nothing compared to Goro."
That's doesn't make the story work as well though, Kevin. Like, he is wearing plot armor, so sometimes I just wish he wouldn't have gotten. They should have had him like show up in another scene where he like shreds somebody apart, and then have him get beat. But he showed up and he looked like more of a Bobo than a Goro.
Like, you have so many characters. You don't need.
He looked good.
I guess he looked like Black Panther. He had Black Panther's ability too. The whole like kinetic gets.
No, I meant Goro looked good.
Oh, Goro, yeah. He looked great in the other one too because he was like animatronics in the other one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like the way he looked on that, but I don't know. It was great. It was fun. I had a good time with it. I even stayed to the credits because the credits.
Just in case, I wanted to see if there was credits. I watched the credits.
So I did like at the ending where he's like, I mean, this is kind of like, it's stuff that it annoys me a little bit when he's like, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to Hollywood. Oh,
and
cool.
they showed the Johnny Cage.
Yeah. But then they showed the Johnny Cage poster. I'm like, I got it. You didn't have to show me the Johnny. I got where you were going at with the Hollywood part. But I guess that's for people.
Hey, Batman's parents died, Kevin. I don't know if you knew this.
They did. Okay.
That's exactly what that is.
They did that in Dark Knight Rises when they're like, oh, why don't you ever use your real name here, Dick? Or no, what was the guy's name? Joseph Levitt in Dark Knight Rises?
Is that, I don't know the character's name. That's the actor.
Yeah, but at the end of the movie, they go, oh, why don't you go by this name? And I was like, fucking, they're going to say Dick Grayson. Say Dick Grayson. Say Dick Grayson. Robin. That's not Robin's name. Robin's name is Dick Grayson. Why'd you do that? You just ruined everything that was good about it. They did the same thing with this movie in that scene. Like,
sure.
Go to Hollywood, Johnny Cage. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. The fatalities are good. Kung Lao's fatality, they did the whole thing. He throws a hat on the floor, and then that flying bird lady goes into that. Beautiful.
That was awesome.
Kano, reptile. I could have done it with an actual ninja reptile, but sequels. I did like he rips out the heart. He's like, whoa! When he's like, Kano wins. Nicely done.
Yes.
On the pictures on the wall, because I paused it to see all the little clues and shit. I guess it's a cool thing about on demand. You can pause the movies. It shows like Sub-Zero's freeze ability, like left, down, right, plus whatever.
Cool.
So it said that like kind of faded on the wall. They actually said flawless victory when it was necessary. Now, like they didn't just say it like after beating both of them, getting punched in the face, and they're like flawless victory.
Yeah, no,
that's not what it is.
Exactly.
They say fatality when it was necessary. He said finish him was necessary. And my favorite part of the whole movie was when Kano was fighting Liu Kang, which also Liu Kang looked good. I'm like, Liu Kang's such a dweeb. He takes off his shirt. Holy shit, this dude is ripped.
Yeah. I was almost like, they went a little overboard. He looks like super dehydrated. Like, is he okay? He might like set the record for at least body fat in a human being in that scene.
Dude was ripped.
You can see the fibers of his muscle. It's crazy.
Yeah. When he was fighting Kano and Kano kept jumping, or he kept doing the leg
when he kept doing the sweep kick to Kano, is that all you're going to do? When he straight up called him out for cheesing, was A+ reference.
Loved it. I was like, holy shit, I get it. That's a beautiful. It's a reference that not from the game. It's from people who played the game.
Yes.
Stop cheesing, man. Is that
all you know? Is that your only moves? All you know how to do? It was amazing.
Beautiful. And then he tries to jump it again, but he times it off and he falls again. I'm like, brilliant, because that's great. That's like in the Sonic movie when he falls and drops his rings.
Yes.
Like, those who got it, got it. Otherwise, people just thought he dropped his rings, right?
And if you don't get it, it's still funny because he's still picking on the asshole guy. He's still irritating the asshole.
Yeah.
So it works.
So something like the little details was just like great. Cabal was good. I didn't think I'd ever care for Cabal.
No, he was awesome.
He was hilarious.
Yeah.
In this. Sonya I even liked.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, even like some of the references they had, like
I will say, is it Shang Tsung? Is that the evil bad guy?
Yeah.
Is he the lead bad guy? He wasn't as intimidating as I would have. Like something about him felt a little soft. I didn't.
He kind of reminded me of Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers.
Yeah, he wasn't like scary enough. Like he needed to have more.
Well, he hasn't shown what he can do yet either.
I just no, that's not what I mean. Like he didn't look. He looked soft. It wasn't about his power. Like, he looked like he was in a costume. Like, his face was too pudgy. Like, his hair looked like make-upped hair. He didn't look like he grew that hair and that he is this warrior. You know, some guys look the part, and some guys look like they're in a costume. He looked like Kano looks like a badass like dude. I bought him existing. This guy looked to me like your doughy uncle is really into cosplay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very low budget. I mean, compared to the Shang Tsung from the Mortal Kombat 95, that one's better.
Yeah, but that guy has that look. That guy looks... It doesn't matter his costume. If you would have put that exact guy in this costume, he would have looked great.
Yeah.
But the actor just did not look scary enough. He just wasn't that...
Well, Shang Tsung's not supposed to be scary. He's not like...
He's not a believable... Right? Like, there's nothing intimidating. He looked like your uncle in cosplay. I just didn't buy him.
But in the game, he looked like a wiener guy wearing green trousers. There's nothing special about him either, right?
I get
what you're saying. He looked low budget.
But Sub-Zero looked badass, right? Like, everyone else looked awesome.
Raiden looked more scary than him. And he's the good guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Just, like... He had the worst costume and the worst, like, just overall, like, hair design and
I can think he looked like Rita Repulsa.
Yes, exactly. That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not scary. That's not... I don't believe she is that big of a villain, because she always sucks.
Yeah. No, I got that. But maybe I don't know. I think it's because they didn't show what he can do yet, either. Like maybe he'll like remove that stupid stuff and
make his eyes red or bloodshot, or make his face a little dirty. Like put makeup where he's got his face contoured a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, you look pudgy like you and me. He had cheeks like us. He's not supposed to look healthy and well fed. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with you on that as well. Mm-hmm.
Make him look like Saddam Hussein. You know, he didn't look scary. That's a scary looking dude. You see him and you're like, I don't. The guy looks scary, you know.
Or maybe it's one of those tiny incidents where like Tiny is like you think it's a small guy, and then he comes in the room, he's like a giant guy.
Well, you know what, that would have worked if they would have done what you're saying, and they would have shown him like flex his power a little bit. Then maybe like that would have.
Like totally did was suck the soul, and I was like,
And even that was in a way it was like
kind of weird.
It's kind of like now, if he was like a scary looking dude, then maybe I would have bought into it more. But
yeah, because Cabal looked scary, but the way he spoke was like complete opposite of scary, right?
Yeah,
it's like he's a real piece of shit. You're gonna like him.
Yeah,
I was like,
nice, he's like you're gonna love him. Yeah, he's a real asshole. You're gonna love him.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I don't get the hate. I think people just like to hate on anything
for sure. You know, do you think that part of these people, if I would have went to the movie theater to see this versus streaming it, I might have a different opinion as well?
Wait, like worse or better?
I think I might be more critical if I took the time to go to the theater, paid $15, $20 to see the movie.
I think I would have loved it more because I would have been like nudging my buddy. Hey, he just said get over, you know, like shit like that.
Sure.
Hearing people's reaction to leg sweep. I know people who would have watched that movie in theaters would have laughed at that.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that probably would have been pretty fun.
Right? Like I texted my buddy because we were talking about it after. I'm like, I fucking wish I watched this with you in theaters. Like I would have loved to watch this with you in theaters.
Yeah.
It's not a Marvel movie. It's nothing. It's just something we grew up with to watch again as adults. An R-rated version of something we loved that we still watch. Like I watch Mortal Kombat at least once a year, and then I watch Annihilation at least once every 3 years because I just go back and go, "Oh God, what a terrible movie that is."
Yeah, you know, I gotta say, like, I mean, you said people were complaining about the editing, but the pacing was fine. It was also not a long movie.
I was just like,
moved right along.
What do you mean you're ending? I mean, it can't be like Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting. But it's like 20 minutes. Oh my God, it's almost the end of the movie.
I do wish that, I do hope, anyways, that there's a sequel and that we do get some sort of a tournament.
Well, because we've never had a tournament, did we? They never made an actual tournament. None of the movies got there. It was always like the build up to the tournament.
Yeah.
And then they fell apart.
Or maybe keep
Raiden was Asian, for one thing. You got that right. They didn't have Nighthawk in there, but they referenced him because he'd be kind of a weird character to put in today's day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Watch out for the Indian. Oh, axe.
It could be done well, dude. It could be done well.
Yeah, but they had his picture, and I was like, okay, I get it. You know, who do you want to see in the movie? Who can't you like? Or you're like, oh, I can't wait to see him.
They did. I played 1 and 2 the most, so they pretty much have kind of already. I've got everybody pretty much covered. Oh,
okay.
The last thing is, of course, you want to see Johnny Cage do the splits and punch someone in the dick.
Yeah.
Hopefully he does it to a girl too, because that was always extra funny when he did it to Sonya.
Yes, it was.
So, I guess just more. I don't know. They probably won't make another one, but if they do, fucking bring people back. Didn't they say like death is
Yeah, anyone who died will be back.
Yeah, so like bring them all back. Bring me a cooler. Oh, I loved the outfit of Sub-Zero. Like when he was in his like full garb when he was like early on.
Yeah.
I was like,
but then he took that off, and guess what? He's wearing his old school outfit underneath it,
and it was cool. Like it was great.
Awesome.
Get over here! Oh, they did that so good.
And when Scorpion did his fatality, I was like, oh, you didn't take your face off, but then his face starts like melting.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's fucking rad.
Well, then I was wondering, I'm like, ooh, is he gonna stay with the skull face now? Because doesn't he always, whenever he takes it off, it's a skull in the game?
Yeah.
So I was like, ooh,
later on, if he does have like different costumes, he does have like half of his. It's kind of half skull, half face kind of thing.
I was wondering if like that turned him into the skull. Like that one fatality to kill Sub-Zero is what had him be a skull now. I was like, oh, that would be sweet.
I want to see 3 characters. Reptile, Ninja. Because Reptile
I would have liked to have seen him like in a ninja outfit, yeah.
And the 2 robots. Cybil, they used to be called Ketchup and Mustard. But the 2 robots, they're wearing like football helmets. They're wearing hockey pads for out.
Okay. Anyways, wow. I might recognize them if I looked them up.
Yeah. Sybil? I can't remember.
That does sound familiar, like a Cybil or something like that.
Yeah, and there were 2 robots. Like they were like palette swap ninjas, like red and yellow. Same character, just different names.
Sure.
Different abilities. But those 3, Reptile, Ninja, and those 2. Because that was the best part of the Mortal Kombat in the 90s. When the Reptile went into a dead body and it's like Reptile when he comes to become the ninja reptile that everyone loves.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's the best part of the movie. I don't know. I loved it. I had a great time with it. I will probably buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out because I actually want to own this movie because they're not going to make a sequel. It was too good.
They're not going to make a sequel.
And people hated it for whatever reason. People did not enjoy this movie.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know.
You can't compare this movie to the 90s one. These are 2
You can, movies. But you're wasting your time almost.
Because the other one was like rated PG-13 and cheesy beyond. Like it was good because we grew up with it. It was the only thing we had.
Yeah.
But this is what we wanted. If this came out in the 90s, we would have been like oh my
nothing
God. Could top that.
It's like Sandlot and Mortal Kombat, best movies of the 90s.
Yes. But yes, sorry it's getting late. We could talk about this for hours, but we both get a thumbs up from both of us.
We say definitely check it out. I enjoyed it. Cool. Well, all right. I'm gonna rip through Dumbass's comments real quick from last episode, and then we gotta call it a show. So, he's got. No, okay, here we go. He goes, we don't have bag milk in British Columbia anymore, Kevin.
Oh.
We used to. But it's annoying you need to use scissors to open the floppiness when you pour it.
Well, you got to shift it into the fucking container. And use your teeth instead of scissors.
West Coasters, what are they talking about?
What are we doing here?
Thank you for the Binding of Isaac compliment on my achievement. However, it did feel a bit of a stab in the heart when you did it. I actually got
1 million, didn't I?
I actually got 3 million% achievement, not a mirror. I think
I listened to the podcast back. And I heard myself say 1 million. I'm like, you idiot! It's 3 million, but I meant 1 million each save file, which adds up to 3. That's not what I meant. I'm saying that now. He got 3 million. He got all 3 save files. Bad.
You saved face. He also says, Kevin, Cyber Shadow Game Pass. You already know this. I just had the smartest gaming ever hearing Kevin talk about mixing up B, X, and Y. All games should have an option to reverse X and Y and A and B prompts, so Nintendo and Microsoft people can play each other's games comfortably. I'm not talking about swapping the actual button prompts on the screen. Or he goes, yeah, I'm not talking about the prompts on the screen. Just so many games have an option. Not a bad idea.
I'm always happy with options.
There are some fighting games. Scott, Hardcore Uprising is amazing and incredible. Oh, those are fighting words, Scott. Hardcore Uprising is amazing and incredible. I hated it.
I thought that game was Contra. Hardcore.
It was called Contra Uprising. I thought
Was it?
on the when it came out on Wii. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But the game we're talking about from Xbox Live that came out, was that Contra?
It's definitely a Contra game, and I thought originally they might have dropped Contra from the Uprising. I thought it was Contra Uprising.
That's what I thought it was, unless
But
I'm thinking of something
who
else.
cares? It doesn't matter. It's
right.
the identical game. It doesn't matter what the word on the cover is. He says, I'm just playing it more and got some upgrades, permanent upgrades for your next guns and stuff, like a roguelike. I don't know. It didn't feel good. Like it had a dash mechanic in a Contra game.
Yeah.
I'm out. He says, I gotta get Narita Boy on my Switch wish list.
Yo, that game was on Game Pass too. It looked like Tron. And that's another game I want to try out, actually. I forgot about that.
I heard like Giant Bomb Guys or someone talking about it. Maybe someday I'll put it in. Yeah, saying it looks like Tron. They definitely were talking about that game. Good deal. Well, I think that's going to be it for the show this week. I want to thank everyone for listening. We have Amazon affiliate links in the description if you'd like to support the show. On Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, Twitch, and Amazon, our username is Classicl337. That's going to be it for the show. So thank you, everybody, very much for listening to episode 339, and we should see you in a week or two for episode 340.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Nice.